I was thinking about the old days of wrestling. I have nothing against wrestling today, but I haven't watched it in 1,000 years. Literally, I think I've heard my daughter talk about Batista, but that's foreign to me. I don't know what he looks like. I just, sometimes they'll have the channel on, I go find other things to do. I haven't probably watched wrestling since my great-grandfather died, since he was the one that I would usually sit down and watch it with. That was our Saturday ritual. I was the oldest of the grandchildren, the first grandchild, the first great-grandchild, and I was like 8, 9 years older than all the other kids. So my family knew that they could kind of dump me here and there, and people would be glad to see me and ooh and ah and oogle and whatever, you know, for a while, you know, in the beginning. And this was when I was like 7, probably 8, and I'm trying to get my time frame right, but I'm going to say 7 or 8. I was quite little, and this was when they were still in a home before they had to go to a nursing facility, before they had to sell their home. So I would say 7 or 8. Saturday afternoons, show up. My great-grandmother would have something to eat. Me and my grandfather James, great-grandfather James, would sit down and have some dinner, and then turn on the TV, and we'd all get excited and talk about who was going to be on. And I don't know if he already knew. I didn't have a clue. I don't know if he had a TV guide and he already knew, he'd already seen a commercial, or if he was just hoping, like, you know, I was, whatever, you know, playing along with me. But I always hoped for and rooted for and wished for the Von Erichs. I was a Von Erich girl. I think I'm still a Von Erich girl. You know what? And I miss them so very, very, very much. We had a piece of property next to theirs in Van Zandt County in Texas, but I never met them. I always hoped I would maybe see them riding out across the field on a horse or something. I mean, could you only wish, you know? I would die right there on the spot. And then they did some expedition shows, and we got to go to a couple of those, and got to see them, you know, so close. But I love them. I love them. I had pictures of David with his autograph, but I think someone brought that to me. I do not remember meeting them, but I remember watching them on TV faithfully. And Fritz, it was primarily Fritz, and then Carrie, Kevin, and David. They were the four. They were the four primarily that we rooted for, and just so many memories. I loved them when they tag teamed, and it wasn't just them. I mean, it was Ric Flair, it was the Great Kabuki, Gentleman Chris Adams. Oh my gosh, there was just so many. The Thunderbirds or something I can't remember exactly, but it was just a fun time, and I think there was a little more. It was probably staged, and it was probably routine, and they knew what they were doing not to kill each other, but I do think there were some problems, and I do think some people wanted to kick each other's ass, and I do think they got away with more. I do think they hurt each other more. I do think it had less rehearsal and staging. I think it was like, well, this is who it is, get ready, and you did it. And all of them had a trick, and they probably still do, but the Von Erichs, of course, had the iron claw. You know what I'm talking about, the iron freaking claw. Oh, it was wonderful. Fritz, he'd get somebody down. You know, he's a big old bald-headed guy. He'd get somebody down. You think that'd be intimidating enough, seeing him coming at you, but when he put his hand up, you were just like vibrating all over, because he had won, because he was fixing to squeeze somebody's head. That's horrible. I'm such a boy. I don't know. I really, really enjoyed it. I always thought I was going to marry Carrie. I knew I was. But then we started losing them, and I started losing bits of my heart, and I don't think that I've ever recovered. Of course, I've dug in more to their story over time, and and there's more to it than the wrestling family side of it, of course. But I'm not going to talk about that. I just love the wrestling, and I remember hearing that David had died, and it absolutely knocked the air out of me. I literally felt a piece of my heart just completely close off and no longer continue to have function, and that was David's part. I think he died in Japan, hotel room. Don't remember why. I mean, that's been 1,000 years, but it was a horrible thing to deal with that day. And then another brother stepped in. It was Chris, and I don't think he ever quite worked out. And there was another one, but I don't remember his name. And then there was Carrie and Kevin. Kevin always wrestled barefooted, so that made him sexier than hell. Carrie had that long, wavy hair, which made him awesome. He just, I had pictures of Carrie, Kevin, and David and Fritz all together, but then just the boys together, and then just singularly, you know. I mean, I was a fan. Loved me some Von Erich boys. Atkinson, I believe, is the original name. I think Von Erich is the show name. Could be totally wrong. Doesn't even matter. And most of you don't even know who the hell I'm talking about, because it's old school, baby. And if you do, you're having memories just like I am. And they were cool, and you know it. So, rest in peace. Carrie died. Carrie killed himself. He was having a lot of issues, and he shot himself. And that broke my heart. Another little piece died. And then there was a couple of other brothers that we lost. But I was primarily Fritz, Carrie, Kevin, David, you know. And then I thought, God, what heartache must a mother and father be feeling, you know, for these sons to be passing away. And then, you know, we lost the dad. And I thought, well, he's reunited. And I don't know if the mom's still here, but I know Kevin is. And I think about him a lot. My heart breaks for Kevin a whole lot, because at one point, top of the world with his brothers. Top of the world with his brothers. I am so silly. How fun would it have been to have worked out, to grown old together. Still be playing together and maybe coaching together, or I don't know, have their own Von Erich franchise with their kids and grandkids, and who knows what could have been. You know, it's great fun to think, you know, but maybe it is exactly what it was meant to be. I just know I miss them. I miss them. Been a long time since I thought about those boys. Don't really know why they crossed my mind. I guess because today is my last day of being 42. And I'm reflecting on a lot of things. So I guess they just were a little piece of my mind that needed to be explored. And I shared it at the same time. So anyway, Von Erichs. Rest in peace. Love you. Miss you. Kevin, rock. I hope you wear shoes, babe. You know, I don't know what that's all about, if you still do or not. At least some socks. Flip-flops. Love me some flip-flops. Okay, that's enough rambling. You people can only take so much. I know. Okay. God bless. Peace out. You rock. Have a good afternoon. Bye.